Now, another really important part about the TemplateJS library is templates. Klevu uses templates to render what you see on the page. Each theme has a base template, which is where the rendering always starts. From there, TemplateJS can render templates within templates within templates. Templates have a name in the code, and that's what's used to tell a template to render another template. And all of the default templates are script tags with a special type attribute that stops the browser from trying to execute them automatically like a normal script tag. These script tags also have an ID, which is how we target them when we're telling TemplateJS what template to use when that template is called. For example, for the quick search theme, the very first template that is always rendered, it's called Klevu template base. I'm looking at the documentation over on the right-hand side, and this is the section in regards to the quick search. There's two columns here. There's the render name, and then there's the script template ID. This is what I was just talking about. The name is what you see on this side, and the ID, what's actually in the code. I've downloaded the file, so this is the quicktemplates.tpl, and I have that open over here in my code editor. And this is what I was talking about. There's a script tag that has a type template Klevu. The browser doesn't know what a template/Klevu is, so it literally ignores the code. It does not execute the script tag. However, there is an ID of Klevu quick template base. That's what you see for the script template ID. It's a hashtag, so it's basically a CSS selector of Klevu quick template base. This is the starting point for quick search. From here, it starts to the code that's inside of that script tag is the template. It is the code that would render. Now you can specify and tell Klevu that you want to use a different template, but if you don't, this is the template that's going to get executed every single time that quick search triggers to render a template like we talked about in the previous video. So essentially what's happening is there's all of this code, and somewhere inside of this code, we're basically telling it to render. So there's this helper.render, and then there's a name of a template that it wants to render. In this case, in this one particular line, it says helper render Klevu quick products. If I take a look at Klevu quick products, that's the name. It happens to have, where is it? It has an ID that's also Klevu quick products. So if I scroll through this file, here's an ID, but that's not the one. Here's an ID, that's not the one. That's not the one. That's not the one. Here it is, Klevu quick products. When that line says helper.render Klevu quick products, it then turns around and looks for the ID, an element on the page with an ID of Klevu quick products, which is this one. Then it begins to start to render this template. And then this template somewhere might or might not have another helper.render, which is some other code. So for example, in this case, based on XYZ whatever, the code might render this Klevu quick template filters. So then I would look over here, and somewhere in here I'm going to find it. There it is, Klevu quick template filters. That's the name. So there's somewhere in this TPL file in the code, there's going to be an ID, another script tag with Klevu quick template filters. So if I go look for that, just going through it, at some point in time, there it is, script type template/Klevu ID Klevu quick template filters. Everything inside of this script tag is that particular template. Now this template might or might not have another helper.render where it might render something else. And that's what I meant by templates within templates within templates within templates. So this, I believe, is a place for us to stop here. And then we'll continue talking about other things regarding these templates, but that's the general idea of how you would use this template reference.